A very pleasant good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Bicentennial Salute from your volunteer firefighters, 1976, this bicentennial year. The purpose of the show this evening is destined to acquaint the public with the use of devices under conditions devoid of excitement and confusion of a fire. On the planning committee, the gentlemen that put it all together, Bruce Rogers, John Fedorko, Cal Lorenz, Harry Mattis, John Scoop Adamiak, Jimmy Marcinick, Tony Billis, Chuck Vallone, Ernest Vidro, Vince Purcell, and John Ramp. The three Independence Company members heading their committee are Harry Mattis, chairman, Cal Lorenz, vice chairman, and Bruce Rogers, the secretary-treasurer. We'd like to remind you that they'll be passing out the souvenir programs this evening, listing the events, information on the participating companies, the officers and committee members. Members of the Shamokin Emergency Squad Auxiliary and Explorer Post are distributing the programs, and they will also give away favors. A reminder, the Shamokin JCs are sponsoring a concession stand inside the Independence Fire Company. If you'd like some hot dogs or soft drinks or what have you, the JCs will be selling them this evening. Special thanks to R.J. Wren for providing the truck platform for the judges and officials, and also the Trevorton Athletic Association and the West Catholic School for presenting the bleachers for the spectators. And now at this time this evening, we'd like to present Mr. Kimber Schaefer, President of the Shamokin Fire Bureau. He will give the fireman's prayer. Kimber.
When I am called to duty, God, wherever flames may rage, give me strength to save some life, whatever be its age. Help me embrace a little child before it is too late, or save an older person from the horror of that fate. Enable me to be alert and to hear the weakest shout, and to quickly and efficiently to put the fire out. I want to fill my calling and to guard my every neighbor and protect his property, and if according to your will I have to lose my life, please bless with your protecting hand my children and my wife.
As you know, this is a two-part program this evening. This bicentennial salute from your volunteer firefighters. Number one, you'll be seeing a display of a fine fire apparatus. And number two, well, that will be the fun part. I understand this will be taped and it'll be on WETV. They, in turn, will be sending it, if it works out that well, the second part to Emergency. And that'll be Ernie and all the other guys, on Emergency, and that'll be a repeat next June. At this time, seriously, would like to present Mr. Ernie Vidro, the Second Assistant Chief of Shamokin City. Ernie?
Thank you, Tom. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all you young folk, on behalf of the Firefighters Bicentennial Committee, the Shamokin Fire Bureau, and Cole Township Fire Department, we wish to welcome you to this, our salute to you and to our country on its 200th birthday. As Tom told you, our program tonight is a two-part affair. The first part, a look at the apparatus and their line officers. And second, a little fun and games between the firefighters of each company. If you get as much enjoyment out of watching as they had fun practicing, we should all have a good time this evening. As you look upon this equipment, you can't help but notice that most all of them are late models purchased in the last few years. This has been achieved by good planning and budgeting by our Commissioner of Public Safety, Claude Kaler, the Mayor and the Commissioners of the City of Shamokin, and in Cole Township by President Commissioner Daniel Venn and his fellow commissioners. The City and Cole Township fathers have provided us, the firefighters, with the latest and best equipment. Now it is our duty to see that it is used properly so that the citizens of Shamokin and Cole Township are provided with the best fire protection possible. So to you, Mayor Thomas, President Venn, and your fellow commissioners, the firefighters say thank you. And now for the parade and display of our fire apparatus, Chief Vincent Purcell of Cole Township Fire Department will narrate for their engines.
Thank you, Ernie. The Fairview engine pull down, please. This is the Fairview Engine Company number 4, a 1958 Mack, 5-speed manual transmission. The pump is a 1,000 gallon per minute pump, carries 350 gallons of water. It's capable of carrying 1,300 feet of 3-inch and 2.5-inch hose. It has 5 2.5-inch outlets, 2 1.5-inch pre-connect hand lines, 3 Scott masks, and personal protection for 11 men. The line officers are Captain Clarence Kopp, First Lieutenant Steve Pinkusky, and Second Lieutenant Dave Morosky. Thank you.
The next vehicle in the parade is the West Engine number 5, the City of Shamokin. It is a 1969 International 5-speed transmission, has a 1,000 gallon per minute pump, carries 500 gallon of water in its tank. It is also equipped with an 1,800 watt generator with portable lights. It carries 800 foot of 2.5-inch hose, 600 feet of 1.5-inch hose, 2 Scott air packs, and personal gear to equip 8 men. The line officers of the West End Hose Company: Georgie Null, Captain; R. Roughton, First Lieutenant; and E. Bendis, Second Lieutenant. The next piece of equipment is the Independence Engine Company number 4. This engine is a 1974 International, a 5-speed Allison automatic transmission. It has a 1,000 gallon per minute pump and carries 500 gallon of water. This engine is equipped with a water tower that it can extend to 54 feet in height and deliver 1,500 gallons of water per minute at capacity water flow. It can be turned 360 degrees with the water flowing and is controlled from a panel at the rear of the engine. Hydraulic outriggers are used to support the engine when water tower is being used. They carry 1,600 feet of 3-inch hose, 300 feet of 2.5, 600 feet of 1.5-inch hose. They have 1 ready line 2.5-inch, 2-1.5 pre-connects, 3 Scott air packs, and they carry personal equipment to convey for 18 men. The officers of this company are Bruce Rogers, Captain; Kimber Schaefer, First Lieutenant; and Cal Lorenz, Second Lieutenant. Thank you, gentlemen. The next engine in the procession is the Rescue Engine Company number 3. This is a 1956 GMC. This, till a few years ago, was the biggest pumper the city of Shamokin had. They have a 750 gallon per minute pump, 3-stage. They carry 500 gallons of water. They also are equipped with a 5,000 watt generator, 2,000 watt lights, and 6 500 watt lights. They carry 1,000 foot of 2.5-inch hose, 600 feet of 1.5-inch hose, 2 1.5-inch pre-connect hand lines, 1 pre-connect foam line, 2 Scott air packs, and personal equipment for 10 men. The officers of the Rescue Fire Company: Robert Milbrand, Captain; John Smith, First Lieutenant; Larry Hummel, Second Lieutenant; and Robert White, Second Lieutenant. Immediately following their pumper comes the ladder truck. This is a 1947 Peter Perch aerial ladder which can extend 85 feet in height. They also carry in their chassis 1 34-foot ladder, 1 28-foot ladder, 1 24-foot ladder, a 22, a 16, and a 14-foot. A cascade air system is also on this truck to fill air bottles at the fire scene. They have assorted salvage tools. They carry 2 air packs and personal protective equipment for 14 men. next truck is the latest one we got in the city, a 1975 Detroit diesel, 5-speed automatic transmission. This truck has a 1,500-gallon capacity pump, 1,000 gallon of water. It is also a 4-wheel drive. It has a master stream device located in the hose bed that can deliver 1,000 gallons of water per minute if the proper tips are used. They carry 1,000 feet of 3-inch hose, 800 feet of 1.5-inch hose. They carry 2-inch-and-a-half pre-connect hand lines and 1-inch-and-a-half pre-connect foam line. They carry 4 Scott air packs, and they can equip 14 firefighters. The officers of the Friendship Engine Company number 1 are Art Rodman, Captain, Greg Fabrizio, First Lieutenant, and Walter Slajak, Second Lieutenant.
Thank you, Chief Vidro. The next engine in procession is Forrest Hill Engine Company number 6. It's a 1966 B85 Mack chassis, body by Mack. 750 gallon per minute pump, 6,500 watt generator, 2 16-inch floodlights, 1 18-inch light tower. It's capable of carrying 800 foot of 3-inch hose, 850 foot of 2.5-inch hose, 600 foot of 1.5-inch hose. It has 3 2.5-inch outlets, 2 1.5 pre-connect hand lines, 2 Scott air masks, and the personal protection on this engine are capable of 12 men. The line officers are Captain Ben Blaskovich, First Lieutenant Delmar Hollenbach, and Second Lieutenant Richard Purcell. Thank you, gentlemen.
The next truck to be on display is the Liberty Engine Company number 2. It's a 1968 International with a 5-speed transmission. It has a 1,000 gallon per minute pump, 500 gallon water tank. This engine has a master stream device mounted on its cab of its engine with hose lines connected. It can deliver a solid stream of water up to 1,000 gallons per minute with the proper tips. They carry 1,000 feet of 2.5-inch hose, 800 feet of 1.5-inch hose. They have 1 2.5-inch pre-connected hand line, 2 1.5-inch pre-connected hand lines, 1 1.5-inch pre-connected foam line equipped with a JetX foam dispenser. They carry 3 Scott air packs. They have personal equipment for 13 men. The officers of the Liberty Engine Company number 2 are Bruce Manny, Captain, Mike Hauer, First Lieutenant, and Glenn Knar, Second Lieutenant. Okay. Immediately behind the Engine Company number 2 comes another engine from Engine 2, better known to all of us as Big Red. It's still in service, but only used when other engines are all committed. The last fires it worked at were the F&S Bury fire and the Market Street Bank fire. Big Red has given 37 years of continuous service to the city of Shamokin and is still going. So Big Red, we salute you.
Next engine is East End Engine Company number 2. It's a 1968 International chassis by Ward LaFrance. Has a 5-speed Allison automatic transmission. The pump is capable of producing 750 gallons per minute, and it carries 750 gallons of water. Has 1 16-inch Partner K12 entry saw with blades for concrete, steel, and wood. Has a 1,500 watt portable generator, 3 750 watt portable lights. Also has an exhaust fan. Carries 1,200 foot of 3-inch hose, 800 foot of 1.5-inch hose. Has 3 1.5-inch pre-connect hand lines, 1 1.5-inch pre-connect foam line in the hose bed. Carries 3 Scott air packs and also personal protection for 12 men. The line officers of this company are Captain Edward Gilger, First Lieutenant Ken Eby, Second Lieutenant Ken Pasetsky. Thank you. Next engine in procession is Union Fire Company number 3. It's a twin to the East End. It's a 1969 International chassis, again by Ward LaFrance, a 5-speed Allison transmission. Carries 750 gallons of water, and the pumpers produce 750 gallons. 1,500-watt portable generator mounted in the rear. One deluge set capable of delivering 750 gallons of water with the proper tips. Carries 800 foot of 3-inch hose, 400 foot of 2.5-inch hose, 1,500 foot of 1.5-inch hose. Also carries 2 Scott Air packs. The personal protection equipment are for 12 men. Line officers of this engine company are Captain Leon Jacobs, First Lieutenant Earl Cupp Jr., and Second Lieutenant Jerome Zupsik. Thank you, gentlemen. This engine is the Main Engine Company number 1, one of our newest engines in Cole Township. It's a 1975 Ford chassis, body by Bruco. A 5-speed Allison automatic transmission. The pump is capable of producing 1,000 gallons per minute. Carries 1,200 gallons of water in its tank. Has a 7,000-watt generator, 2-quart floodlights. It's carrying 1,800 foot of 3-inch hose, 600 foot of 2.5-inch hose, 800 foot of 1.5-inch hose. Has 4 2.5-inch pre-connects, 2 1.5-inch hand lines, 1 1.5-inch pre-connect foam line mounted in the rear compartment. Has a smoke ejector, 4 Scott Air masks, and personal protection for 12 men. The line officers of this company are Captain Francis Timko, First Lieutenant Walter Neary, and Second Lieutenant Dan Weaver. Thank you, gentlemen. Next engine is Brady Engine Company number 5. It's the twin to the previous company. A 1974 Ford chassis, body by Bruco. 5-speed Allison automatic transmission, 1,000 gallon per minute Hale pump, 1,200 gallons of water in its tank. Has a 7,000-watt generator mounted in the compartment, capable of being started either in the cab or outside. 2 110-volt lines, 1 220-volt line. Has 2 quartz crystal lights mounted on top. Also has a foam outfit. Now has 900 foot of 3-inch hose on it, 500 foot of 2.5-inch hose, 4 2.5-inch outlets, 2 1.5-inch pre-connect hand lines, 2 Scott Air packs. The personal protection are for 10 men. The line officers of this company are Captain Joseph Toder and First Lieutenant David Washahelli. Thank you, Brady.
You're probably wondering how we got to choose the parade of these trucks. Rather than slight anyone, the committee decided the way the teams would participate in the fun and games is the way the trucks would be displayed. Our last vehicle to be on display here this evening is the Emergency Squad number 1. They have a 1973 Dodge Power Wagon, 4-wheel drive. They have one 5,000-watt generator and one 8,000-pound electric winch connected to the front of this vehicle. This unit carries most of the latest innovations for rescue operations, including the Hearst Jaws of Life, which the squad members will demonstrate for you. A lateral portable suction unit, anti-shock trousers, and other emergency-related equipment is on this truck. The squad requires all its members to have Red Cross certification, advanced first aid, and a certification as an emergency medical technician just as soon as they can qualify. Gentlemen, we thank you. You want to go on with your demonstration? No? You're going to parade? All right. Thank you. This completes our parade of our vehicles, and now I'll turn it back to Tom. Where's Tom?
He's here. Thank you very much, Ernie. Now that was part one of our parade, the Bicentennial Salute from your volunteer firefighters. For the next 25 or 30 minutes, we are going to be entertained, some fine music by our Shamokin Band, and after the 25-30 minute interlude, we'll get back to the fun and games here at the Bicentennial Salute from your volunteer firefighters. So let's enjoy for the next 25 or 30 minutes our Shamokin Band. Good shape.
Thank you.
Came over well. Real good.
Hey, Tom, you want to yap for about 5 minutes?
We asked the spectators if they can move back just a little bit. They seem to be coming in a little more, and we asked the spectators if they could just move back a little bit. They seem to be coming in closer and closer, and this will sort of hamper the JAWS operation. All right, I will, I promise. Yeah, Jim.
You know, when it comes time for the some of these people are going to get to the race. Like the ad lib. We thought about the people over the other side. We see a lot of people with wheelchairs over there. See them over to the right there.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
Somewhere along the line, if you can put a warning people if they find that.
Yeah, a little. Someone at 6th and Arch has their headlights off. If you have a car at 6th and Arch, would you please turn your headlights off? And now Larry to describe the JAWS operation. Can you make it, Lloyd?
Oh, yeah.
How you doing? Oh, here comes the accident now, I guess.
that these fellows are going to do when they arrive on the scene is check the patient out for injuries. Once they check the patient out, the officer in charge will designate the crew that will handle the jaws and also designate the crew that will do the immediate first aid. A lot of times we run into problems that the vehicle's doors are jammed or locked. We can't get inside the vehicle, so they have to make other means of getting into the vehicle to get to the patient. One of the squad members will have a center punch, spring-loaded center punch. He'll pop the two back windows out.
Oh, Tom.
And the first aid man will get in through the window and stabilize the patient inside the car.
Come up here. Come on.
Once they determine that the door is jammed shut, they'll put the jaws into operation and swing the door open. Now if you'll take close watch at the speed that these jaws can open a vehicle like this. They always take preventive measures so as not to injure the patient more than he already is injured. There's always two men operating the jaws. One man will operate the jaws itself. The other man will back him up. If one of these men's fingers got caught in between the jaws, they'd be crushed. Once an opening is made, the EMTs will prepare to extract the victim out of the car. They're now applying a cervical collar to the patient's neck, while one of the EMTs is applying a short backboard to immobilize the neck and spine. While this was taking place, a radio call would be placed to the Fairview Community Ambulance to transport the victim to the Shamokin Hospital so that the essential equipment on the squad truck wouldn't have to leave the scene.
And I just paid it off too. That's what hurts.
Boy, you're lucky to have your car paid off.
Yeah. them when they come up.
This whole procedure might seem to take a long time, but you got to remember that these EMTs have to stabilize that patient in the vehicle before he can be moved. Another one of the capabilities of the Jaws of Life is the cutting attachment, which Milford will demonstrate now. You'll notice that he's cutting the front section, the front post of the vehicle. He's going through 2 layers of steel there. On this vehicle, 6 easy cuts and you make yourself a convertible.
That's good. Good enough. Thank you. Never heard of him.
Another one of the capabilities of the Jaws is a pulling method. A lot of accidents, the vehicle will be trapped behind the steering wheel with the seat pressing him up towards the dash. There's no other way to get him out except to pull the steering wheel out of the way, and that's what the guys are going to do now.
Now they might be going to pull the ambulance out. He's fine. We're always going to see 7 in November. And she's going to be the same like Brady. Yes. Me, my mom. Yeah. Oh, really? We're here. He's not crook. What? Rescue, emergency rescue.
What? Let them play, right. Good enough.
No guarantee.
Here's an example of how you get the steering wheel out of the way. Thank you, guys. One other comment I'd like to make. I'd like to thank the Shamokin Junior Women's Club on behalf of the squad and the Fire Bureau for putting this $5,000 piece of equipment on the squad. So.
Thank you. Thank you, Larry. A job well done by the emergency squad.
Proceed to their gear. The boots must be pulled up. The coats must be buckled, all but the top buckle. Helmets must be on. Take your hose, advance your hose line any way you want to, as long as the nozzle does not proceed past the starting line. Spray your hoses down at the pin, knocking it off of the barrel.
Thank you very much, Bruce Rogers. It is a fight against the time, and we will wait on a minute or two. I understand we have a slight delay here. We would also like to remind the Fairview Fire Company and West End Fire Company to please get ready. The Fairview Fire and West End Fire Companies, we ask them to please get ready. And now introducing the gentlemen to start off this barrel and pin competition this evening. From Brady, we have Ron Schlegel, Bob DeLong, Richard Friday, Donald Neidig, and Marty Madera. And for the emergency squad, we have Joe Thu, Jim Matthews, Dennis Miller, Sil Kalonda, and Jim Sikora. We ask you folks to please move back. You might be getting sprayed with some water. So we ask everyone to please move back. You could get sprayed with water. Brady against the emergency squad. They're on their way. Time is of the essence.
Watch the starting line.
There we go.
We're timing them.
The clock is the important factor at this time.
Fairview and West End.
Hey, Tom. West End. Tom. Wrap it between them there, and I'll give you some tape. Wrap it around the room.
Geez, that must have took about 3 minutes. What did you time that?
Here, now, there's tape. The tape.
2 minutes and 25 seconds.
Only come 5 minutes, then we'll stop. Bruce.
2 minutes and 25 seconds. Did you say that was 2 minutes and 25 seconds for Brady?
Yeah, right.
Tell them to move up, Bruce. They're not Ernie, tell them to move up. They're not going to move up.
That'll be, when this gets up here, that'll be 5 minutes.
How many seconds?
Got 15 seconds yet.
15 seconds to go.
That's it.
Okay, time is up.
Okay, do you want to give the winner? Okay, would have the winner on that now, or how does that work?
Well, just tell them the winner of that one. Winner of that was Brady.
The winner of the barrel and pin was Brady Fire over Emergency Squad. We'll be getting ready for more excitement when it will pit Fairview Fire versus West End Fire Company with the barrel and pin. We're just about ready for more action. Remember, it's a battle against the clock.
Okay, ask Bruce if he's ready up there.
Ask them are they ready. Fedorko, ask the chief.
That's the chief is ready up there, Tom.
What's that?
That's Chief Fedorko is ready. All right?
Is Chief Fedorko ready?
Yeah, they both, the judges both played.
Get ready, fellas. Weston, get ready.
Let's get ready, gentlemen. And off they go. Fairview Fire versus West End Fire.
Come on, Rich, let's go! Come on, Denny!
Come on, let's go. Come on, Weston, let's go.
For Fairview, Don Shuey, George Dunn, Steve Pinkuski, Dave Morosky, and Richard Snyder.
Come on, Eddie, get that hose.
For
out.
West End, it's Gary Hanuski, Jim Knoll, Frank Kadraki, Ed Mack, and George Knoll. The clock is ticking away. It looks close so far.
Fairview.
Fairview knocked theirs down.
What was
1:18, right? 1 minute.
1 minute 18 seconds for Fairview.
Thought they had it. But more to the right there. There they are.
There we go. Okay, we're in business now. 3 minutes and 11 seconds.
Let's give him a big round of applause. Give him a big round of applause.
Okay, let's hear it for the Fairview Fire Company and West End Fire Company, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be getting set for the Independence Fire Company versus the Rescue Fire Company in just a moment. They'll be getting ready. We also ask that the Friendship Fire Company and Forrest Hills Fire Company get ready on standby. So we'll be getting to the Independence Fire Company versus Rescue Fire Company.
Hi, Mayor. This is Thomas. Tell them this is a long time. They'll listen and say, this is a long time feud.
I understand. This is a long time feud here. For Independence, they'll be featuring Glenn Lorenz, Joe Treese, Sam Morello, Jim Moran, and Dan Long. And roll the barrel and pin rather, will feature for the rescue Mal Farrell, Wayne Thomas, John Steinhardt, Errol Peckney, and Ralph Wren.
Martins and McCoys.
The Martins and McCoys going at it. Independence Fire versus Rescue Fire Company. Getting set for the starting buzzer.
They're not ready over there yet.
We're not ready over here? Okay.
They're
Well,
ready here, but they're not over here.
again, we ask that the Friendship Forest Hills be on standby. They'll be going next. Here we are for more excitement. Independence Fire versus the Rescue Fire Company. And the names of Glenn Lorenz, Joe Treese, Sam Morello, Jim Moran, and Dan Long. The barrel and pin for the rescue, Mal Farrow, Wayne Thomas, John Steinhardt, Earl Peckney, and Ralph Wren. Waiting for the starting buzzer. That's not the starting buzzer.
Are you ready over there? Independence ready. Rescue ready.
Here we go, folks. Independence Fire versus the Rescue Fire Company as they don the boots and hats and coats. Rescue with the hose. Independence with the hose. And away we go.
tell this and say this is a long time feud.
I understand. This is a long time feud here. For independents, they'll be featuring Glenn Lorenz, Joe Treese, Sam Morello, Jim Moran, and Dan Long. And roll the barrel and pin rather, will feature for the rescue Mal Farrell, Wayne Thomas, John Steinhardt, Earl Peckney, and Ralph Wren.
Martins and McCoys.
The Martins and McCoys going at it. Independence Fire versus Rescue Fire Company. Getting set for the starting buzzer.
They're not ready over there yet.
We're not ready over here? Okay.
They're
Well,
ready here, but they're not over here. You can't beat them with fire.
again, we ask that the Friendship Forest Hills be on standby. They'll be going next. Here we are for more excitement. Independence Fire versus the Rescue Fire Company. In the names of Glenn Lorenz, Joe Treese, Sam Morello, Jim Moran, and Dan Long. The barrel and pin for the rescue, Mal Farrow, Wayne Thomas, John Steinhardt, Earl Peckney, and Ralph Wren. Waiting for the starting buzzer. That's not the starting buzzer.
Are you ready?
That's not the starting buzzer.
Are you ready over there? Independence ready. Rescue ready.
Here we go, folks. Independence Fire versus the Rescue Fire Company as they don the boots and hats and coats. Rescue with the hose. Independence with the hose. And away we go. Rescue with the water. And now Independence. Well, there you have Rescue Fire Company in a short time. Looks like they were practicing. 1 minute 4 seconds, according to Lloyd Horn. 1 minute 4 seconds for rescue. Independence still battling the pin. I understand rescue was practicing all night.
compared to row on the right side. Okay, Phil. Okay. Thanks a lot, brother. George. All right, so have a laser. Okay there, George. How's things? Good to see you. All right. Yeah, you're representing the Polk Township. He ain't here, so really.
Hey,
There's the mayor.
Rose.
Which side does he stand on?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Tom, which side does he stand on?
Would be on the right.
Right side.
It would be on the right.
Huh?
On the right.
He stands on the right. How about the main?
The main would be
Right.
on the right.
Right.
What's the time on it?
Time's gotta be up.
5 minutes yet, Lloyd? Let me know when it's 5 minutes, we'll hit it.
Okay. Now.
Now.
That's all the time. Let's hear it for Independence Fire Company and Rescue Fire Company. Coming up next on the line for the barrel and pin will be the Friendship Fire Company and Forrest Hills Fire Company. We also asked the Liberty Fire Company and East End Fire Company to get ready. That's Liberty and East End, please get ready. Coming up, Friendship Fire Company versus the Forrest Hills Fire Company. For the Friendship number 1, the barrel and pin will be Bill Angelo, Charlie Verano, Joe Brokus, John Brining, and Joe Amrich. And for Forrest Hills, Ben Blaskovich, Richard Purcell, Second Lieutenant, John Bossler, Richard Dunn, and Tim Sherman.
Did they give him a big round of applause for the Indians?
No. Just a few moments. It'll be the Friendship Fire Company against Forrest Hills Fire and the barrel and pin. We also asked Liberty and East End to get ready.
Not yet. Take your time. Take your time. Take it easy, fellas. Rest up.
Who's this one between?
Friendship and Forrest Hills.
Rodman! Ho, Rodman! Rodman! Let me know when the Friendship's ready. Let us know when the Friendship's ready. Oh, John. Oh, John. Let us know when you're ready then. Wait. your time, relax. They gotta get that out of them. Take your not yet. Take your time. Take your time. Take it easy, fellas. Rest up. Who's this one between?
Friendship and Forrest Hills.
Rodman! Ho, Rodman! Rodman! Let me know when the friendship's ready. Let us know when the friendship's ready. Oh, John. Oh, John. Let us know when you're ready then. Oh, wait. Take your time, relax. They gotta get that out of them. Okay. Is friendship ready?
Friendship's ready.
John, you ready?
Friendship and Forrest Hills ready.
Forrest Hill ready.
Here we go. There we go with the boots. The jackets. Looks close so far. Here goes the hose. For Friendship, Bill Angelo, Charlie Verano, Joe Brokus, John Brenning, and Joe Amrich. For Forrest Hills, Ben Blaskovich, Richard Purcell, Second Lieutenant, John Bossler, Richard Dunn, and Tim Sherman. Here we go. Oh! Friendship has it down.
22.
1 minute 22 seconds for Friendship. 1:22.
Seemed like it was only 30 seconds.
Well, there we go for Forrest Hills.
I thought so.
52 seconds. There's a correction on the time. 52 seconds. 52 for Friendship.
124. What was it? 124 for who?
1 minute 24 seconds for Forrest Hills. And 52 for Friendship.
At the end, after everybody competes, the judges will have a decision. Right.
I'll vote.
Any stand around here?
The judges will have a meeting to decide. No, you Well,
There's the stand.
Next in line for the barrel and pin will be the Liberty Fire Company versus East End Fire Company. We ask the Union Fire Company and Maine Fire Company to get ready. That's Union Fire and Maine. Please get ready. The next barrel and pin will feature Liberty Fire Company versus East End. And for East End, we'll feature E. Gilger, J. Harris, E. Bieda, K. Eby, and K. Piaseczny. And for Liberty Hose Company on the barrel and pin will be Glenn Knorr, Rick Jelinski, Bruce Manny, John Raup, and Warren Shriver Jr. for Liberty Hose.
People don't realize the amount of money that's spent in this stuff. You know, Liberty does.
Craig Rhodes. That should. A correction on the Liberty Hose Company gentlemen with knocking the pin down. It's Craig Rhodes, Brent Rhodes, Mark Krieger, Alfred Jelinski, and Lawrence Quinn. That's knocked the pin down for Liberty.
Attaboy, Bruce. Keep the record straight.
And for East End, it will be E. Gilger, J. Harris, E. Bieda, K. Eby, and K. Piaseczny. Liberty Fire versus East End Fire Company.
I'll pepper him someday. Ready over there, Bruce. Ready on the right.
There's the buzzer, and they're off. Time is of the essence.
Is that where they make their time?
Liberty versus East End.
Yeah, they make good.
For Liberty, it's Craig Rhodes, Brent Rhodes, Mark Krieger, Alfred Jelinski, and Lawrence Quinn. For East End again, it's E. Gilger, J. Harris, E. Bieda, K. Eby, and K. Piaseczny. The boys are working fast against the clock. East End knocks theirs down. Liberty Fire Company has theirs down.
What did you get for the Liberty?
We'll try and check a timeout for you. 57 seconds for Liberty Fire Company. 57 seconds. East End battling the pin.
Inch at 52 seconds. That's got it.
Okay, East End knocks theirs down.
52 seconds, and the other one was 57.
Let's have a hand for East End Fire Company and Liberty Fire Company. A job well done. We'll be getting ready for the Union Fire Company and Maine Fire Company shortly.
And the Liberty and who else? East End. 5 minutes, 9 seconds. 2 minutes, 9 seconds.
You'll have to change these. You have them in the wrong. They should be over here.
Oh, well, we put them over. Yeah. Yeah, oh, I can just race it, that's all.
Gentlemen from the Union Fire and Maine Fire Company will be getting ready for this final event of the barrel and pin. Then we'll get on to roll the barrel, followed by the tug of war. So a lot of excitement coming up here in Shamokin tonight. Compliments of your volunteer fire companies. A great group indeed. Bob, do we have any names for Union and Maine? For Maine, we have Tom Turner, Herb Timko, Dick Miller, Jim Greco, and John Rowe. We do not have names as of yet for the Union Fire Company.
You had them here someplace because you read them off.
Not Union.
Yeah.
No, not Union.
Yeah.
Harold Colt.
Just announce it as he tells
Yeah. Who is it? Earl Cupp, Bob Warwicki, Wayne Stone, Tarzan Dietz, Al Jacobs. There you have the lineup for the Union Fire Company. And for Maine repeating, it will be Tom Turner, Herb Timko, Dick Miller, Jim Greco, and John Rowe. The boys will get the clock set. We'll be ready for more action in Shamokin. Union Fire versus Maine Fire Company. Against the clock.
Is Uniontown ready?
Uniontown is ready.
Hold on, hold on. Maine ready.
Maine is ready. There's the buzzer. Maine Fire versus Union Fire Company, the barrel and pin. You can't have arthritis on a day like today.
Open up the nozzle.
On go the nozzles. We're ready for action. Everybody ready for a bath. There we go. Union Fire against Maine Fire in the barrel and pin.
Close one there.
Well, looks like a close one with Union and Maine. We'll try and get the times.
Now wait, which one is that? 115 is for who?
118.
For who? Now wait,
118.
what's yours?
I have
For who? 18 seconds.
118 for me.
1 minute and 18 seconds.
Maine Fire Company, 1 minute and 18 seconds.
The same for Union.
And the same for Union. It's a tie, 118. There it goes. All right, West End Fire Company.
1 minute.
1 minute.
With a time of 1 minute. 1 minute for West End Fire Company. I'd like to say thanks to the fire police for doing a fine job. We have 2 more big events coming up, so please stay with us. Okay, Roll the Barrel will feature the Independence Fire Company versus the Rescue Fire Company. Again, time is of the essence.
Hold it there. You ready on the left?
Everybody ready?
Ready on the left.
Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Back to putting on the boots and the outfits. Independence Fire versus Rescue Fire Company. We ask the Emergency Squad and West End Fire Company to get ready. Emergency Squad versus West End Fire to get ready.
What did they say they're going to do? Set the barrel up? All right.
Well, we're getting some light on the subject now. And away we go as we reset the barrel. They're working with two hoses, making it tough, of course. So,
What one was that?
looks like the rescue fire company practiced again. And there goes the Independence Fire Company.
Was that 1 minute and 29 seconds for the rescue? What was it? 1 minute and 29 seconds.
1 minute 29 seconds for the Rescue Fire Company. 1 minute 29 seconds for rescue. Independence on their way. Up and over for Independence.
Those are the hot shots. It seemed longer than that, but I only got 2:59. 2 minutes and 59 seconds. Yeah. Put it out, read it out, 2:59.
Independence Fire Company, 2 minutes and 59 seconds.